Yo guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2018 career mode. Today we are here for the second from last race of the season for my career mode in season 6. Today it's the Brazilian Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the last race at Mexico, do check out the episode guys before you come back to this one. Card in the top right hand corner of your screen. But as you can see, for this weekend here at Brazil at Interlagos, we have no rain expected, which makes a very positive change. And as you can see, also we have an upgrade for this weekend. It was one that we should have had in the last race but failed, and it's a major aerodynamic one for the diffuser on the rear end of the car. So hopefully that will give us a little push forward in the R&D charts. As you guys know, we are now second as the second fastest team on the R&D chart, and we're still trying to catch up to Sauber and push on with development as much as we possibly can going into the end of the season here. And if you look at the R&D tree now, you'll see that Sauber have actually brought a minor upgrade of their own. However, we have actually closed the gap a little bit. Also Renault as well, bringing some strong upgrades of their own, and they're keeping pace with us at the minute right towards the end of the season. So fair play to them on pushing on with the upgrades there with the Renault, and slowly but surely becoming a top team in Formula 1 once again. But nonetheless, that is going to be it for the R&D updates, and pretty much Interlagos, a track that I enjoy. You know, it's a fun track to drive. However, in this career mode so far, and in this year's game, and also last year's game as well, I've struggled to really get any decent results. So I know I'm kind of up against it, and it's a track where the AI are quite strong. And recently I found a very good setup. You know, I did a league race here not too long ago, and I actually won the race, and I got pole position, and I did a bit of setup work with my esports teammates, and I was quite happy with it. I had a really good feeling with the car, and I think we can carry that over here today. I think, you know, a few tweaks to adapt to the McLaren car, but I think it's possible. And now I think in this session we're going to go for 3 runs as always. Obviously we're going to start the race on the tyre we qualify on, so we have to be careful with how we treat the tyres on the out lap and the in lap as always. But I think it's possible to do well here, but we need to get together pretty much a perfect lap if we want to have any chance of you know, being anywhere towards the sharp end where we want to be. And ideally it'd be nice if Leclerc didn't get pole for a change, just to kind of make it a bit more interesting. But we'll see how that one goes as we hit the track here at the beautiful Interlagos circuit. Lovely sunny conditions here, and let's see how this session gets underway. Straight away we hit the track on the super soft tyres, the fastest of the 3 compounds available this weekend. And actually Alonso set the pace early on. We go fastest in the middle sector there, and we're a fraction off as we go through the final sector and up the hill here, pretty much all flat out, and it's purely down to engine power as we run up to the line. And we did actually lose a bit of time. We lost quite a bit more than I thought, around 2.5 tenths there to Alonso, as we go P3 behind Nico Hulkenberg in the improved Renault on our first run. I then went out for a second run, and the second one was actually better. A small improvement. The first sector not great, but then I got a good exit out of that turn 4, and I kind of carried that momentum with me for the rest of the lap pretty much, and generally put together a pretty strong lap, as you can see here now, going down the hill through sector 2, still improving a little bit here as we now go into the final major. It's not the final corner technically, but it is the final corner in terms of you have to brake, downshift and then upshift to get good traction for, and we actually got a really strong exit this time, and we found 2 tenths just in that final corner alone. So a really good ending to the lap there. It's actually going to improve quite nicely and set us up for 3rd place behind Ericsson there, and actually ahead of Alonso, and of course Charles Leclerc is the man on pole as you'd expect. So a pretty good lap there, and to be honest I thought I didn't have much more left in the car, to be honest with you. I thought that was a really good lap, but we did actually find some more pace on my final run. So let's run on board here. Straight away for turn 1, you want to really keep the car nice and tight, and then open up turn 2 to go flat out if you possibly can, and then obviously flat out through turn 3. We find a 10.5, a very strong start to the lap, pretty much 2 tenths up already here through sector 1 as we break out the 50 meter ball down to 4th gear for turn 4. But we've got a little bit of traffic in front of us here who are currently going to get in our way, including our teammate Alonso, who we have to kind of avoid here. Luckily no real time lost with Alonso, but now we've got Lance Stroll, who just finished a time lap, and he's going to be a bit of a slow car here on his in lap. As you can see, currently 3 tenths up here. Very strong lap, and it's been a pretty much perfect lap so far, and I'm really happy with it. But then we start to hit the Stroll in traffic, and we lose a little bit of time here as we have to get on the brakes, and we lose about a tenth of a second. We luckily get a good exit, find good traction and make up for lost time, but we still are a tenth down on what we could have been as we now go through the final break point. Missed my apex a little bit there, getting a little bit wide. Luckily though, we get the power down quite nicely, and we keep our 2/10 of a second advantage. But I think this lap could have been a lot stronger. I think there was definitely a 10.5 in it extra if we hadn't hit the traffic, because the lap in itself was absolutely perfect. We go P3 behind Alonso there, ahead of Ericsson, and 2/10 off Leclerc. So ultimately a strong lap here, and I'm very happy with the pace of the car. The car was working well. Alonso actually very close to pole position. Alonso really setting a strong lap there, and you know, Leclerc very close there, but he just got pole. Ericsson also improved to 3rd, so we dropped down a P4. But I do think third place was possible, maybe second if we got the lap perfect without the traffic. So really close qualifying, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was a real challenge, but I really enjoyed getting that lap hooked up really nice on that final run. And it sets us up quite nicely for the race, because it's, McLaren versus Sauber pretty much on the first two rows. So let's see how it goes, and fingers crossed we could try and win the race. I'd love to win one for a change. Hopefully Alonso can jump Leclerc at the start for a change, and Leclerc maybe has to fight for it. But either way, that is it for qualifying, and we're now going to move into the race for round 20 for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
It didn't look like you put much time into practice today. Is there a reason? You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Well, thanks anyway.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo José Carlos Pache. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junção into one of the two DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to ask you about Charles Leclerc. They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
It really is well deserved. I wouldn't say it's been a faultless title challenge, but certainly one that has been consistent and well managed. Here's hoping they let off a bit of steam today and give us an exciting race.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, and it's Fernando Alonso in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ericsson, Martinez, Kimi Raikkonen and Hülkenberg, Vettel, Ricciardo, Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Ocon, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen and Bottas, Hamilton, Gasly, Brendan Hartley and Carlos Sainz. Stroll and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, here we are then on the grid for the Brazilian Grand Prix. We start on row 2, P4 alongside Marcus Ericsson, behind my teammate Fernando Alonso, Charles Leclerc on pole, and that is going to be the way the race is going to go. Pretty much a four-way battle for the race win, in my opinion, and also strategy is going to be a key part of the race. Obviously, 3 tyre compounds available, super soft, soft and mediums, and it's all about strategy and choosing the right tyre. In terms of the strategy in itself, the team recommends a super soft. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for that. I'll see how it goes. I might go straight to the medium, possibly. Depends how tyres hold up, really. I'm not really sure how long this super soft is going to hold up. So I'm going to kind of play it lap by lap. Fuel-wise, we are 1.5 laps over. Pretty standard fuel, and also no rain expected. So pretty much, let's just stop rambling. Let's just jump into it. The second from last race, and the constructors, some of the second place is up for grabs. So let's try and chase that down. And also, let's try and win the race. It's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's jump into it. Right, here we go. Let's build up the revs and get ready for the 5 red lights here at Interlagos. The lights are on and they are off, and away we go. Good enough start to hold on to P4, I think. Ericsson trying to go around the outside of my teammate. He has to settle for P3 as we hold on to P4 as well. Raikkonen behind us. Leclerc still leads the way, which is disappointing, but I'm not entirely surprised. He just gets such good acceleration, and Ericsson's actually having a look at Alonso here down towards turn 4. Alonso just holding on. We need to try and keep Ericsson behind if possible here. That'd be great. And also, if I could try and challenge Marcus, that'd be great for us as a team if we get second and third this race. So I'm going to try and see if I can get the pace early on and see if I can give Ericsson a run for his money. Obviously, he's going to be very fast on the straight, especially up that hill out the final corner, so it's important to pass him before that. I may need DRS assistance to have any chance of getting past Marcus. And you see Alonso already starting to get to work here. We find a good bit of traction there and grip on the hairpin. And that's going to put Ericsson on the back foot here. He goes defensive, actually, Marcus Ericsson. We're going to tap the back of him slightly. We're going to get up to speed, though. Marcus has no slipstream from Alonso. Alonso's pulled away quite nicely. And I think we might have a chance here of getting past Ericsson straight away. No DRS, but we've stayed close. And we're now gaining on the Sauber. Here we go, momentum. down the inside. Late on the brakes into turn 1. It's a late move, but we've got it done. And we are into P3. Great move on Marcus Ericsson there. I'm going to make an adjustment to the brake bias up to 55. A little bit more on the front end. But that is a good start to the race. Up into third place, pole position already. And past one of the Saubers. And that's very positive already. Didn't expect that. And Alonso also seemingly has good pace. He's able to pull away from me, which is good. So it's all about staying in front of Ericsson now, who's got the run of me here. He's actually going to go down the inside. Wasn't quite a stick for him, but that Sauber, we can't forget how fast it is on the straights. We've got to give it the respect it deserves, but still a good start to the race. And P3, good stuff. Personal best 107.9. Starting to close in on Fernando here. Also, I'm trying to shake off Ericsson from DRS, but I think he's just able to hold on at the minute. But definitely seems like me and Alonso have better pace than Marcus Ericsson does, which is very good. Ericsson is pretty much hanging off by the skin of his teeth because of the straights. But it seems like already the McLaren has good race pace. Dare I say better than the Saubers, really, if it wasn't for so much straight line speed. So we're looking good here already. Hopefully we can really leave Ericsson behind this lap and hopefully make a pass on Alonso soon, because we're starting to build momentum here. And I want to try and get past Alonso before Leclerc builds too much of a lead up front. Okay then, pretty average exit out of that corner. But we are going to have DRS on Fernando. Can we get him on this straight? We'll find out. Little screen freeze there, but we are gaining. I'm going to just probably sit back, to be honest, and wait until after turn 1. Oh, very close down the brakes. Almost hit the back of my teammate. Alonso a little bit out of shape as well. Not the best line through turn 1, but we are close enough this time around. Ericsson doesn't have DRS, so he's dropped out of range. So here we go. We're going to try and go for the pass on Fernando here. We're going to go to the outside. Alonso holding out the inside line to his credit. Just about holds on. Good defensive.
They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Oh wow. Bad timing. Just when Alonso's looking very strong this race and on for his best performance, he's got car issues. We're going to go down the inside of my teammate. A little bit of contact there. But we are going to get past. So we need to make this move and get away before Ericsson gets past. So it's one McLaren versus 2 Saubers in this race now, as Alonso drops out of the battle due to car issues. So hopefully we can try and catch up to Leclerc. It's going to be hard work, but we can do it. Just got to hope my tyres hold up, which is the main thing. We've already cleared DRS on Alonso, which is good, so let's try and pull away here and make sure we hold on to the second place instead of the fight. At the moment, gap to Leclerc is around 5 seconds. We're keeping Ericsson at bay, but Leclerc's faster than me at the minute. And there's not much I can do. I'm still trying to think of the strategy in my head. The one stop is tempting me, straight into the mediums. But I'm not really sure how much laps we'd have to do on these tyres. I'm not really sure how many I've got left on these tyres, to be honest, but the one stop might be the only option for me to try and beat Leclerc today. So I'm kind of waiting up at the minute. Okay, Leclerc stays out, which leads me to believe he might be on the one stop as well. It's so annoying. I can't do nothing against this guy, like strategy-wise. He just does whatever I do. Is so annoying. I'm hoping he comes in this lap and goes for softs, because I'm probably going to pit in around lap 13, 14 for the mediums probably, and go for a one-stopper. So I'm kind of hoping he pits in this lap and goes aggressive, because if he goes for a one-stop, the race is over already. Yep, Leclerc and Ericsson still stay out. They're going for the one-stop, I think. I'll be shocked at this point if they go for a two-stopper. This is so annoying, man. The Sauber car is just literally perfect. It's so fast and it still keeps its tyres so well. Okay, Leclerc comes in finally. I'm expecting to go straight to the mediums though. That's my guess. I'll be shocked if it's anything else. Yeah, there you go. Leclerc straight into mediums. Oh man, this is so annoying. I thought the one stop would have been the one. I really thought Leclerc would have gone aggressive, but it's just not the case. Just can't beat this guy. I cannot beat him. Right, here we go then into the pit lane. We're going to come in for our one and only stop. Get it all slowed down. There we go. Good entrance. Onto the medium tyres. Pretty straightforward strategy. We should be out in front of Ericsson. I was thinking for a moment there if I could maybe go for the softs, but it's too risky. I think my tyres are going to hit the cliff. Either way, into the pit lane here. Onto the track. 2.3. Not the best stop you'd ever see from the McLaren boys, but good enough. We actually gained a little bit of time on Ericsson there, so not too bad. Although Ericsson's going to probably make that back once we hit the track while I'm on the cold tyres, because the AI are so much stronger than me when it comes to tyres out of the pit lane. So it's good that we've actually had a better stop than him, because we're going to struggle here at first. Hopefully I can keep him out of the 1 second window, although I highly doubt it. Let's see what these tyres feel like off the bat. Not too bad, but they need a little bit of warming up. Ericsson 1.2 behind. I think he's going to close that gap unless we have a very strong middle sector. Oh, these tyres don't feel good. Come on, mediums. Heat up. Personal best, purple sector 1 and 2. So of course Sector 3 where the Saubers are strongest, we could do a purple. But still personal best, strong pace. We've definitely shaken off Ericsson now for the 1 second gap. So things are looking good here. Now it's about keeping it up and making sure he stays out of DRS. Small little update. Things are going really well. Car's consistent. Leclerc is now 10 seconds up the road, which is so annoying because I just can't touch him. I really can't. And I hate this because every single race is the same at the minute. I'm really hating this from a viewer perspective. Every race is the same and it's really frustrating me. The good thing is Abu Dhabi won't be the same because I really struggle around there, so I won't be battling for a podium around there. I can tell you that for a fact. I'm going to be battling for points, I think. That's going to be a different race. I always struggle at Abu Dhabi big time with the tyres, so that's going to be an interesting one. But Abu Dhabi aside, this race is looking already, I can pretty much guarantee the front three is going to stay exactly the same. I'm praying for a safety car because we haven't had a safety car. Well, I actually cannot remember the last time we had a full cool safety car. I can't think of it. It might have been Paul Ricard, maybe, but I mean, I can't think. It might even be this season. It might have been last season. So, you know, I kind of wish something like that happened to bring Leclerc close to me because if I had a chance, a bit like in Singapore, you know, I got one chance in Singapore and I took it. If I'd get a chance, I could maybe get past him. But yeah, I'm just generally frustrated because every race at the minute is the same. Good thing is it'll be the last one like it because, like I said, Abu Dhabi will be different, and then we go into next season. But for now, I'm going to keep on pushing here and keep on doing my thing. And hopefully something will happen to Leclerc, maybe a car problem or something. I'll just pray something to make the race a bit more interesting for you guys. And also for me as well, I'm getting a little bit bored already and we've still got 15 laps to go. I've got to say, on the medium tyres, my pace is a lot stronger though. We've kept the gap to Leclerc. It's actually come down a little bit. The gap is 9.1 in the last sector we just crossed. Across the line, it's 9.2. And gap to Ericsson's only 6 seconds now, so pace is stronger on these. I'm just kind of hoping maybe Leclerc can have a little bit of trouble with maybe a lap car or something. That would really open it up for me, but unless that doesn't happen, obviously nothing's going to happen in this race. But I'm still holding on to the fact something might happen. Gap down to 8.1 now. Leclerc did have a little bit of traffic on the last few laps, and I just matched my personal best. I'm pushing on, but I don't think we have what it takes. I need a little bit more from that, but I think he's passed most of the traffic now, so there goes my hope of maybe something happening. Leclerc 107.5. It's that part of the race again when the closing stages the Saubers find the pace and they start to set ridiculous lap times. So Leclerc now has just literally pulled out 7 tenths in the last 2 sectors all of a sudden. So my pursuit of him is now over. Good thing is, Ericsson, even if he picks up the pace, which he is doing, he's 7 seconds behind, so we're pretty comfortable now. So no worries here, 3 laps to go. Let's just bring this one home and secure the second place. 107.2 now from Leclerc. Pretty insane, as we are going to lap Bottas here in the Mercedes. Great straight line speed there for a change. Gap up to 9.6. Wow, insane. There we go then, Leclerc wins at Interlagos. I'm hoping to set my personal best in the last lap of the Grand Prix just to have something to cheer for at the end. But second place, not bad. We do set a personal best there right at the end with the 107.8. And a good race actually. I impressed myself. My pace was actually really good today. Really happy with that.
It just goes to show what a strong position the sport is in, that these independent teams can be so competitive. What a superb victory from the Sauber team.
Right, so looking at the final race results, Leclerc wins at Interlagos. We keep him close company within 10, well, just over 10 seconds actually. That gap went up quite a lot to be fair right at the end. And Ericsson P3 as you'd expect. Hulkenberg 4th for Renault, good result for him. Verstappen P5, Perez P6, the highest place Ferrari, Kimi Räikkönen P7 there, and Sainz, Ricciardo and Hamilton ran off the points. Hamilton scoring points for Mercedes there. Ricciardo's time penalty, as was Alonso. Alonso actually got 10th place, but his time penalty sets him behind Hamilton and outside of the points. The good news is Vettel P14 didn't score points either, and he had a 9-second time penalty, so big one for him. And then pretty much no retirements this race. Everybody else a lap down. Really a very strong performance from the top 3 and lapping most of the field. Now in terms of the standings, obviously we're in second and we're 108 points behind now. Hulkenberg actually re-overtakes Alonso for 8th there. But in terms of the constructors, we overtake Ferrari for the second place spot, which is good because going into the last race, I need Alonso to perform there because I'm not going to be able to, because Abu Dhabi is probably my weakest track on the entire calendar. Not so much because of the AI, but because I'm not very good around there. The AI are pretty good, and they're not ridiculously fast. They're just very good on their tyres around that circuit, which is something I am not. And it's a bit of both really, whereas Bahrain for example, I'm quick but the AI are just too quick. So yeah, I think Abu Dhabi would be a struggle. If I could get a top 6 finish at Abu Dhabi, I'd be happy, to be honest. So let's see how it goes. But now let's get into the laptop and put some upgrades on the car for the final race at Abu Dhabi.
Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race. It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? Great! Well, that's everything.
Okay, so here we are then on the R&D screen, and we have pretty much 1,200 points to spend. Therefore, we can afford just about 2 upgrades, which we're going to do on the aerodynamics side of things. So we're going to go straight into the front downforce, get that on the car, and then secondly, a general drag reduction, and that's going to also come onto the car. And pretty much we're going to become near enough neck and neck with Sauber in the aerodynamics there, and that's going to be pretty much the last of our upgrades for this season. And yeah, we then look at next season pretty much for us in the McLaren team. And going forward, let's hope Sauber bring no more upgrades for this year. We can kind of close the gap a little bit in the last race. And these upgrades give Alonso the best chance possible to try and push after the Saubers in that last race and secure a second place in the Constructors' Championship. But with that being said, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this episode of Career Mode. If you did enjoy it, then please do drop a like on the video. Also, get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content and turn on notifications to not miss a single video from me. Finally, check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next episode very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.